Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So Solana, let's start differently. For Bitcoin, Cardano, many other cryptos, I'm currently revising the wave counts here, and we're looking for a WXY pattern across the board because they are recovering quite strongly. Now, Solana isn't doing that yet. However, we also need to acknowledge that Solana, strictly speaking, but really only minor, has invalidated here this wave count with a 1, 2, 3, 4. That wave 4 came into the price region of wave 1. However, I would still want to observe that a little bit closer to make sure that we're not having a diagonal here. I could probably count that as a diagonal as it currently is unfolding, and I want to observe this a little bit more, but there is a likelihood, should Solana recover more, that I have to get into the triangle shape scenario where we would have a triangle like I had for Bitcoin. Bitcoin invalidated this triangle, and we are now moving higher in the Bitcoin chart in a WXY pattern. Solana, however, is far away from that, so therefore I would just leave this wave count in place, but I will make you aware what would happen. So what could be is that this here is just an extended triangle, that the wave 4 isn't finished yet, and that we will have something like an A, B, C, D, E, something like that. But I need to see more structure in here. At the moment, because Solana really has struggles to recover, I will keep an eye on this. So should it really move way above, well, let's say, should it move above 48, 41, I will revise the wave count here, and then we can expect a bit more of a recovery to the upside in this scenario on this chart. At the moment, though, the downward pressure, I think, for Solana is still there. It has recovered only a very tiny bit compared to other cryptocurrencies. It is recovering, but it still is below this resistance level at $48 and $48.18, this is the previous low here. Now I'm going to change this now to that swing high. So we had that reaction to the downside. We haven't really seen a push through here, but it is also not yet getting rejected a lot. So I mentioned in the previous video already that we saw here in this ascending wedge higher lows, so that it wasn't even touching the support level anymore, and that there could be a breakout. Of course, there can always be a breakout. That is why we need to keep an eye on these patterns. Even though it is a bearish pattern, it's an ascending wedge pattern, you never know if it will go up or down, so we need to keep an eye on it. And of course, if it breaks to the upside, then it unlocks higher prices to the upside, should there be a retest, which I would recommend to wait for in the current environment, really. But this is the level I'm looking out for here, the $48.38 level. And if we move above that, I think we can then get to the next resistance, which is here pretty much at $50. The previous swing high is pretty much at $50.42, but that's the $50 level. I think that's a psychological one, so that would for me be the next resistance. And if we break above that, then I think we can, here Solana can move to $54.52, and above that even more recovery would be possible. So at the moment, a lot of uncertainty in the markets. Bear in mind that I think a lot of eyes will be on the stock market opening today in the US. There's been an extended bank holiday weekend, and until we really see some impulses from there, I think it can be a bit tricky. A little bit of uncertainty. Could be a fake pump that we see at the moment across the board, and we will see. I still expect a lower low in the end. The overall higher level of Elliott wave count would just suggest that. But again, I have to mention, we have reached prices. We have reached prices that are very attractive long term anyway, and we have reached areas where those cryptocurrencies can turn around at any point in time. I can't say it often enough. We haven't got that bullish evidence yet, but we have here reached this orange target area in which, with a high probability, Solana can turn around. I did say that many times before, even though I still expect slightly lower lows, but anywhere in here, theoretically, the price can turn around. And bear in mind where we come from. At $260, we've moved down now to 47, and I see it currently in the comments. A lot of people get FOMO just because, you know, Bitcoin has dropped from 70k to around about 25k, and we're now at 32k nearly, and people already get FOMO, even though should this really be the next bull run? I mean, there is so much more space to go, right? There is actually no reason to FOMO in now, for anybody who wants to wait for confirmation that the uptrend has started. Anybody who's happy to dollar cost average in, by all means, do it, you know, but this is no financial advice. This is your own decision. I am dollar cost averaging into these cryptos as per my buy orders, and therefore I am prepared also for upside movement, which I'm pretty sure will happen. Yeah, but I still expect before that happens a lower low. And as I said before, as soon as I see evidence in the chart that the overall correction is over, I will of course let you know. Yeah, but I can't see that evidence in the chart yet. So here for Solana, bottom line is, for me, I still want to see a bit more structure. I might update once more later as soon as something significant happened, but for now, Solana is still below this important resistance level at $48.50 roughly. Yeah. Even though it's strictly speaking invalidated, this wave one, I still want to see a bit more structure, because on some exchanges it might not have invalidated it, because it was very, very close, and it was really only the top of the wick that went into the wave one target area, and I could even count this as an ending diagonal in a wave 5 potentially. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm waiting for, and then should we really break this wave 1 into this wave 1 area, I'm probably going to take a look at the triangle pattern, bearing in mind that many other cryptos are currently doing a WXY, which will unlock higher levels in terms of a recovery. And should Solana do that, where could Solana actually go to? Let's take a look at that as well. What would be the scenario for that? So what we need to understand is that many other cryptocurrencies are currently moving into this price range, including Cardano and Bitcoin. This is for a wave 4, in which we might still be, before we have that final meltdown in wave 5. This is the area where in a wave 4 many cryptocurrencies, or generally any asset, normally goes into. The area between the 38.2% FIB level and the 50%, which is between $61 and $68.60. So this is the area with the highest likelihood you would normally expect a wave 4 to get into. Now, the minimum they need to do in a wave 4 is here the 23.6, $51. And therefore I assumed that the wave 4 was already over when we dumped down here again, but there is still a chance we move higher here in a WXY into this area. That is something we need to have on the radar, and this is the area where with the highest likelihood I would then expect a turnaround again to the downside. Yeah, could even move higher, yes it could, but only if it breaks 68.62. It will really only get invalidated above the 78.6% FIB level, above $87. Shows you though what is still possible in a corrective wave. But let's be honest, I don't think it will get there, and it will not, while being a wave 4, that wave 4 would just be too massive. Yeah, it would just be too massive, and it wouldn't fit into the proportions. So this is for me the level where I would expect, yeah, it can go into before it comes down. Yeah, so this is currently still what I see, still a corrective wave pattern here. I don't see an impulsive wave pattern here at the moment. So this is what we want to see to finish a correction off an impulse, and as soon as I see something like that, for example a 5-wave move up, I will let you know. And after that 5-wave move up, we want to see a corrective wave down, like a 1-2, and then we can be more certain that the low was already in. Yeah, so it's a bit like here, yeah, where we had that wave 1, and this is obviously on the higher time scale. We don't need that higher time scale. We can see that on the lower time scale as well, but just to give you an example, we had here the wave 1 to the upside, where it moved up from down here to $60 and came down again to around about 20. And this would of course have been an ideal entry point here to catch the whole wave 3 movement. Yeah, but obviously we see that on the lower time frames, and we'll be able to get better entry points. Yeah, but that is the balance everybody needs to decide for themselves. Yeah, do you want to have more, let's say, security and confidence that the uptrend has started? Then you have to wait for confirmation, or do you just dollar cost average in? And to be honest, from my side, I do dollar cost average into these cryptos with my buy orders already. Yeah, that is in that case, or in that, because of that, we are prepared for both scenarios on this channel. But I still expect lower prices. Yeah, so overall correction target has been hit. Yeah, we've come into this expected area between $30 and $55. Fantastic, awesome. Again, still expect little lower prices, but even if we don't, I said it before, I'm actually happy if it moves up from here. Do I believe it? Not yet. Okay, I think that is the bottom line here. So, and I might keep you updated with another video later should we see a change here in the chart, and should we more significantly break that $48.50 level. All right, that is my view about Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership and maybe even the trading course I'm currently offering on morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.